Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. I'm Beth and this is watercolor painting in the afternoon. Today I thought I would make some stickers, and I thought I would make some chicken stickers. Still doing animals, still playing around with that. And you know, recently I tried to do this. I mean, don't ask me what that is. I honestly don't know. It's a landscape, it's abstract, it didn't work. End of story. Let's just turn that over and we won't worry about that anymore. This is what I decided to do on the back of that sheet of paper. So, started out making some chickens. This is the first one, and you know, just drawing off of the internet, finding pictures of chickens. And the thing about a chicken, it's not so hard to draw really. You just have to kind of figure out what you're doing. A chicken, first of all, has a body that's kind of like a rectangle. You can see that rectangular kind of shape there. Of course it's curved, but you know. And then it has this itty bitty teeny little head, which I put in as a little circle. And then you just sort of fill in the tail. The wing is more or less in the middle of the body. And the feet just a little bit big on this particular chicken. But that's okay. And then the other one's the same, you know, it's just maybe they're tilted in a different direction. And I put various colors on my chickens. So I've got this one that's brown, this one that's black and white, this one that's all white. This is one of those that are speckled. And then I've got this little baby right down here. And I haven't done that one yet. And I'm going to use markers to do this with. I'm also the reason I'm using the markers is because I want to just kind of color swatch these and figure out what colors I want to put on them. And then I'm going to transfer all of this to watercolor paper and make stickers. So to begin, I'm going to take my lightest watercolor marker. This is from Artist Loft. I don't know if you can see that or not. And I'm going to start, this is a kind of a peach color. I'll start with the lighter colors on my chicken. So let's see here. Some of those lighter colors are out here, out the back of the chicken. And maybe a few here on the breast, just here and there. Some at the tip of his tail, her tail. So it's a lady. I know it's a lady. Because she's setting. And these are her little eggs down here. These are just plain watercolor markers. They're a lot of fun. I love them. And then we're gonna do the next color, which is this kind of lighter brown. And I'm not trying to make this gorgeous. I'm just trying to choose the colors that I want. So I'll know about approximately what watercolor paints I need to figure out and use and activate and all of that. This looks like a lot of sienna, doesn't it? Let's see here. And then along the tail, we have a little bit of that. A little bit right here at the breast. And some around the eye. There's also red around the chicken's eye. And I'll get to that as well. And I think his beak, her beak. I keep saying his. She's a lady. She's a lady. Treat her like a lady. And then here we have some more of this really light peachy color. I'm just looking at a picture online right now. And you can download any pictures you want to download and look at them and kind of get your inspiration that way. This next lighter color needs also to be, oops, wrong nib. Here we go. Needs also to be in there. Okay. And the rest of it's a little bit darker. So she's got some darker feathers right here, some shadowy feathers down in here. And some darker colors on her underbelly. And then under her chin. And along the top of her head. Just like that, and it kind of comes down in a little semicircle right there. And then some more of this. Yeah, and that's gonna look pretty good. And you just wanna make sure that you get the shadows in there. There's a shadow under the wing. Little bit of a shadow right in there. Here in the breast. And then you've got your straw. And I think the straw is probably, well, I'm just going to represent it with yellow for now. Straw is not actually yellow, but you know, that comes closest to it with my markers. Then I'm gonna put the coxcomb in, as well as the wattle. This is her little wattle. And there's some red. So sorry, I lost some of that last video. This is the finished chicken. Yeah, and I lost some of it, but all I really had to do was put the red in here and, you know, some of the little details and things like that. So now what I'm doing, I've got my piece of watercolor paper under here, the one that I totally screwed up earlier, and I've got a piece of carbon paper, and I've got my chickens. And I'm just going to trace the form of these chickens onto the paper that I'm going to use for painting the stickers. So it just happens to go like this. And just a very rough drawing here. I'm not trying to make it absolutely perfect or even absolutely the same. But, you know, pretty close. Okay, so if I lift this up, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Can you see that little drawing? And that's pretty good. I mean, that's as much as I need to go on. So now what I'm going to do is just finish up the rest of these drawings. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see how we do. Chicken numero uno, this little fella right here. Remember, he's kind of a golden chicken. I have the original picture here, and I'm going to be referring to that a little bit. And I've got in front of me not regular watercolors, but gouache. Let me see if you can see that. It's kind of sitting over there, sitting right here, and I'm about to use that, so we'll see. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to get is some of this ochre. And you know, gouache is just watercolor, it's just very opaque. And so I'm going to kind of mix it on my board here. Yeah, I think she can be pretty much just filled in with this color, and then I can layer on top of that some of the other colors that are good for this little hen lady. Gouache is very opaque, and if you're going to use it at all like watercolor, you really want to water it down so that it will be a little bit less opaque. And then you can kind of maneuver it like you would regular watercolor. However, you can also layer lighter onto darker with gouache because it's that opaque. And that's nice. That's a nice thing that you can do with it. Let's get these chicken feet. How funny. Chicken feet are funny. They just crack me up. Little claws. I know, weird stuff cracks me up. It's true. It's true. You can't deny that I'm a little on the strange side. Let's just go ahead and admit it. Nobody believes otherwise. Okay, so we got a little waddle in there. I'm not going to do that yet. My little chicken. My little girl. She's one of my girls. Okay. So she's pretty much all kind of blocked in there. And so now I'm going to go back with some darker colors and give her some definition. I've got this really nice brown. I don't know what these colors are called. There's nothing like Van Dyke or anything like that. It just comes in this box of gouache. That's what I use. It was not terribly expensive, you know what I'm saying? And so that, to me, was very important. Okay, so her wing, like I said before, is kind of right in the middle of her body. And it comes back this way. And then she's got some little shadows underneath her tail feathers. And this is a little bit speckled as we come back with it. A little bit speckled and a little bit, you know. You can kind of see the definition of the feathers, kind of. And then you can really see the shadow underneath there. I'm sorry you can't see the paint itself. I'm kind of looking to see if I'm getting it well within the frame. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so here's some shadow area on her. Of course, underneath there a little bit, and then down the leg maybe a little bit, and the tail feathers. We do have some shadow under there, and then I'm going to take a little of this very bright red, and that bright red is going to go on her coxcomb, on her little comb here. I don't know, would you call it a coxcomb on a hen? I don't know that you would. But I know you call it a wattle. Right under her chin. Just like that. And then she has kind of a little black eye here, a little black dot for the eye. I'm going to put that right here because she's kind of looking down at maybe a nice juicy worm or something like that. Who knows? And then she's got surrounding her eye some more of the red, and it goes kind of like that around her eye. Chickens have all these weird little spots on them that are different in various colors. So yeah, and she's got some interesting shading going on, especially on the lower half here. All right. I don't know, she's missing something. I don't know what. I don't know what she's missing. Maybe just a little definition right there. Coming off. She's got some feathers coming back that way. I don't know. I don't like that too much. Let's take some of that off. There we go. That's better. That's better. Right in there. Okay, I think that's chicken number one. And I can, if I want to, and I think I do want to, put just a little bit of a shadow under my little girl here. Under my little girl. She's just gonna have a little shadow underneath her, just like that. Not much. Not much. You don't have to do a whole lot. Just indicate that she's standing on something. Okay, let's see here. Clean that off because I know I'm going to move it up. And I don't want to get it too weird. Okay, now we're gonna go to the next one. This one is a white chicken with some black trim. Black feathers, especially on the end. So a lot of it is just gonna stay white. And I'm gonna take a little bit of the white and a little bit of the black, mix them together, get a nice little gray going, which I wish you could see, but, and we're just gonna fill in where there's a shadow. Ooh, that's a really dark gray. I didn't know it was gonna be that dark. Here we go. Let's lighten that up. Okay, so wherever you would normally see a shadow, we're just gonna put some of that gray and kind of blend it out into her body here. So I'm just kind of getting it wet a little bit so that I can get that gray in there and it'll look natural. This is a rough paper, by the way. This is Arches cold press rough, and I like it. It's a little different, but I like it. It has a very different texture and a different feel to it than the regular Arches. But to me, it has a nice, you know, it kind of spreads the watercolor paint out in a nice way. And I'm getting used to it. I'm not used to it yet, but I'm getting used to it. Okay, now a little bit darker. And we're gonna come back in here, and she's got some darker shadows right back in there. And maybe a little bit darker right in here. Because I want her, you know, I want it to stand out. I want you to see where the shadows are. Here. On her neck, and on her back a little bit. And then we've got the gray also in some of these feathers right here. And then the rest of those feathers are kind of, they're black. So I'm going to go ahead and get those started. There's some black right there. Just pull those down. Ooh, and it's kind of mixing in with the gray. I kind of like that. Ooh. Some of it anyway. Okay. Interesting. It really does act like watercolor if you water it down good enough, right? Okay, let's go ahead and do the bottom part here. Oops. Too much. Too much. Okay. And then some black. So let's see here. It just kind of melds into that paint. So that looks okay. I want to pull some of that darker gray out. Some of it kind of went in there a little bit more than I wanted it to. Okay, so there's her tail feathers. And now I'm going to get her wings. Good. There's a few little spots here and there. Maybe right up in here. Okay. Let's get her red coxcomb going here. think maybe I need just a bit of shadow right here under the wing. Coming down that way. Just a little bit more than I actually had. Not too much. And now I'm just playing. I'm just messing with, you know, putting maybe just a little bit more definition. This is a white chicken, and you've got to have a line of demarcation where the chicken starts and stops. And very few animals are absolutely pure white, right? I'll just mess that up. That's all right. Actually, it kind of looks pretty good, just like that. All right, so that's that chicken. And I'm going to do the rest of them, and I just may speed this part up so that it doesn't take too awfully long. All right, so these are my chickens. This is the watercolor and how it turned out. I think it did okay. And then what I did was just to take a piece of sticker paper, which is very shiny and very white, and I put it in my printer and I ran this off. I just scanned it off and it turned out like this. Now granted, these are not the perfect color. Hold on a second, I'm sorry, I'm being wobbly here. They're not the perfect color, they're not the perfect representation, but I thought they did okay. I may or may not have to go back with a marker and kind of fill in a little bit, but I think they're pretty good. And in the end, I'm probably going to just give them away anyway. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you will give sticker making a try, and if not that, then at least paint some chickens. I'll see you next time. I hope you will like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.